Hello. Sorry about that. I fucked up my mic. Oh god. And I also I got distracted talking about Rick Riordan. My mic is not very tight, so I fucked things up. Hello Hannah, hello Ninji, hello. Oh god, it's cold. I'm so sorry. It's not that cold here, all things considered. I actually think it's colder where our friend in Texas is right now. But you know, it's below freezing. So, you know, it got canceled. Oh my god. Yeah, rest in pieces. Well, I'm glad you played Ghost Trick, but yikes. Okay, Layton. Oh, I'm not in a call. Everything is going wrong. Everything's going wrong. Okay. Music. And then unpause it. It's gonna be loud as fuck. Continue. Great. We did it. We did it. Oh, we did it. Oh, wow. All our snow has melted because we've gotten so much rain. So, we gotta get out of here. It's so fucking loud. Okay. It's still a bit loud for me on my end, so let me... I'm just watching the levels. Everyone is trapped together in the snow. Hold on, let me find something for my friend who's reading a book that I like, and then I will be with you. I meant to do it before and I forgot. Okay. There we go. So I completely forgot where we were in this, which is why I was like, I think we're starting the, like, alchemist stuff, but, like, I can't remember, like, how long it takes us to get to that point, you know? Like, this game has moments where it's just like, we need you to do puzzles for a while. Go do puzzles. So I was like, what are we doing next? Because I know what, like, the next case is, but I don't know how long it takes us to get there. But, yes. The Abominable Snowman. Well, you're so valid. You're so valid. Alright. I think that this is Luke. I don't have to leave the house tomorrow. It's supposed to snow about 5 inches. Actually, I was supposed to go to the dentist, but the dentist canceled. So, I'm not going to the dentist tomorrow. So, I don't have to leave, which is thrilling. Alright. Oh, hi JFK. Welcome. And once again, you guys are all green for me. I wonder if this is OBS. Because, like, I also have you guys open on Twitch. I have both open because I'm paranoid. I'm very paranoid. And, Hannah's red and JFK's purple on that one. But in OBS, all of you are green. And I need OBS to stop doing that because I can't. If I call you by the wrong name, I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry. Anyway, Ninji, the answer here is we need to beg for a port. We need to beg for a port, and we have to hope that if there is a port, they'll put in the chapter selection like they do for DGS and for the new port. For the 456 port. And I'm begging them. Like, level 5, you're coming back? Like, can you consider? What if you did this for us? I'll buy it again. I have bought it, because I bought it on the, I explicitly got, so I don't know if I've mentioned this before, I might have. I actually, about like a month or two before the Nintendo 3DS store shut down, I bought a 3DS off of our friend Anna. I bought Anna's old 3DS for like whatever, and I spent like $300 on games from the store, and one of them was this game. And I only did it for this game. Like, the other ones I got because I was like, oh, I would love to have, like, some of the, like, the Zelda games and stuff. I got, like, a bunch of different games. I got, like, Kid Icarus and stuff. I, like, asked people for suggestions and all that. But, like, I explicitly bought a 3DS and just to get this game, because I was like, I want to play this game. And then I did. Now we're here. I also bought Azran Legacy. I think I have Azran Legacy, but I don't think I have Miracle Mask. So, but like Azran Legacy, so it's technically fine. Anyway, voices, we don't know them.
We managed to cross the guard post and make our way through the garrison before meeting the storyteller. Mr. Wright and Maya should be meeting with the spell at this very moment. I wonder if they were able to find out any more information about Bazella.
Thank you, little guy. Oh, you're so valid. I see games all the time on Mercari, and I'm like, you don't need them. I own AAI2. I think it's AAI2. I own one of the AAI games in Japanese. I like impulse bought a really expensive like box set at like 2 in the morning once when I was like really, really deep in hyperfixation on Ace Attorney, and like I spent like a really like extreme unhealthy amount of money on stuff because I like could not stop myself. And now I own that game in Japanese and I kind of don't know what to do with it. So oh, it's home now. It's fine, Hannah. You know, it's probably fine. Puppy! Wait a minute. That aggressive bark. Please tell me that isn't... Puppy!
Oh! It's Constantine! He looks happy to see us.
I wish I could say the feeling was mutual. Once bitten, twice shy. That pretty much sums me up right now.
Really? I don't know. I think he's looking much friendlier today if you ask me.
See? Come on, Nick. Pet him just once. Ah! This mutt really, really hates me. Ah, fuck. I never know what his fucking voice is. I actually think it's a little loud, so let me... This game, like, kind of is inconsistent with its levels, which makes it hard. Some of their songs are very loud and others are a little less loud. Whatever. Well, if it isn't Sir Blue Knight. Exactly what are you doing up there on all fours?
Oh, Inquisitor Barnum. Glad to see you again. Actually, there's something we'd like to ask you about. Come on, Nick. Stand up already.
Oh, I'd like to meet that mutt's owner, face to face. How foolish. I love how because they've had to cram everyone on screen, it does look like he is holding his sword directly to Phoenix's throat and is like about to behead this man. Like, Phoenix, you are straight up about to die right now. My new headcanon is he has family in Montador. Honestly, Flag. He's literally cleared Maya's head. Yeah, Phoenix, do not breathe. Do not breathe, Phoenix. Constantine happens to be mine, and a true knight's companion he is. He didn't waste sinking his teeth into the likes of you. Ugh, had a hunch. So Constantine really is your dog, huh? Gotta admire the nerve of this guy. He just sits back and lets his dog bite people. Me. Never mind that. What is it that you want to talk about? Just make it quick, Sir Blue Knight. So, you Inquisitors are the ones who investigate incidents of magic in this town, aren't you? Yes, of course.
If you don't mind, we'd like to ask you about that unsolved incident with magic.
There's one thing you must never forget. The Knights of the Inquisition excel at their work. Right. Not relevant, but okay. All incidents of magic perpetrated by the witches are dealt with by the Inquisitors, without exception. Spoken with that usual calm and collected air of confidence. That's interesting. You see, we are different. One sec, someone sent me something on my phone. Sorry, give me a sec to respond to this. It's kind of important. You know how it is. I do this all the time because I can't just close Discord and stop looking at it. Alright, British Las Vegas. That is correct, unfortunately. It's so weird. Why is there a desert in England? There's a desert in England. There may or may not be a diamond mine in England. Like, I fucking hate this place. I hate this place. That's interesting. You see, we are different. Apparently, there's one particular incident that still remains unsolved.
Matt's like, fucking love Unsolved. I can't believe I'm missing the new season. Something about an alchemist being murdered? Ring any bells? But like, not like from Full Metal Alchemist. We've all seen the show.
What? Who did you get that information from? Well, High Inquisitor Darklaw? Well, why the blazes didn't you say so? You could have saved us some time. The what? Huh? How is it my fault? The High Inquisitors put me on the spot by leaking such information to the likes of you. Well, I suppose that leaves nothing for it. I shall tell you the whole story, since I do not believe in doing things by halves. God, I forgot about Full Metal Layton. He's really good. Please go ahead. We're all ears. It was 3 months ago that an alchemist living near the town square was murdered.
Sorry, Inquisitor Barnum, but I'm kind of lost already. Is there a difference between alchemy and magic?
When it comes to this... Blib, blib, blib. Stop talking so slow. When it comes to something that difficult, it will do no good asking me. Huh? It seems that while the townspeople respected him, they also treated him with caution. They respected him. God, it's been that long? Jesus Christ. He used his skills to make medical concoctions and acted much like a physician. I guess this was before we played 3 other Layton games, so yeah, that tracks. The efficacy of his curse was almost like magic. Cures, not curse. Cure, cure, not curse. Cure, cure, cure. He was famous within his neighborhood. In fact, he was sometimes referred to as Dr. Belduke by the townspeople. At any rate, it's safe to say that Sir Belduke was no witch.
How can you say that for sure?
That's simple. Sir Belduke was a man. Bleh. That is before I played all the Layton games. Maybe so. Maybe so. But it is also making me realize how long ago I played this game, and like, maybe I'm a little more valid for not remembering how all the things work, because, like, I played that at least a couple months before Tony started the game. So it's been a long-ass time since I first played this video game. So, yeah, as we all know, the most important part of magic is estrogen. Well, can't really argue with that, I guess. Also, like, I'm sure people have talked about this. I think that the idea that witch is gendered is, like, so boring. It's, like, the most boring magic take to, like, be like, witches are girls and wizards are boys, or anything else. Like, I think it's such, like, a boring way to look at magic. Not even from, like a binary gender way. Like, even if you believe in only two genders, like, it's just, it's, like, so boring. It's such a boring take. It's like, oh my god, shut up! Also, I posted one of my Labyrinthia pieces today, and, the one I posted was, well, not everyone's seen it, but it has Luke, like, holding up a Rubik's Cube, and, like, Barnum reacting. Anyway, the point is, Tony was like, oh, this makes me think that Luke is about to get accused of witchcraft. And I was like, in this universe, only women are witches. And then I immediately remembered, is it JFK or is it Ninja's headcanon for trans femme Luke? And I was like, it all fits together. Everything is coming together. Anyway, Sir Belduke came to a mysterious end 3 months ago. A mysterious end? There were two things about his death that cannot be explained rationally. Firstly, the murder scene. His body was discovered in his residence in the study. His room was locked. There was no conceivable way the crime could have been committed, except by witchcraft.
Isn't that what people call a locked room mystery?
A what? Oh, it's nothing, really. So what was the other mysterious thing? Secondly, until then, all incidents involving witches had been foretold in the story. Foretold in the story? In other words, predicted by the storyteller. Yeah, no shit, Phoenix. However, the murder of Sir Belduke did not appear in the story. Such a thing had never occurred before. So not only was this the only unsolved incident in Labyrinthia's history, but it was also the only incident not to be predicted by the storyteller. Sorry, I'm adjusting my mic. I need to figure out where I need to be for it to not be too loud. I've been struggling with that tonight. This definitely sounds worth investigating. You certainly are an interesting one, Sir Blue Knight. Huh? You really think you can solve this incident alone, when the Knights of the Inquisition have been working on it for 3 months? I must say, there is some confidence. We won't know unless we try. You may risk becoming the target of some terrifying witch's vengeance. I'm hoping that was a joke. Well, I suppose you may as well take a look. Who knows, you may even find something. Sir Belduke's residence is just Shut up, Stream Elements! Is just beyond the town square. Ask anyone around there, they'll soon point you in the right direction.
Are you doing anything? Hold on.
This is bothering me. Hold on. Community roles manager. Alright. Stream Elements is no longer a fucking mod, so maybe it will stop posting about things. We'll have to find out next time. Anyway, I'm gonna read your messages that you were sending in a second. I wanted to get through some of this conversation. Thank you, Inquisitor Barnum. Sir Blue Knight. I believe our courtroom battles are far from over. There's a lot of this game left, until we meet again in court. I'll see you then, Inquisitor. Whoa. Alright. Hannah is now the only mod allowed in this chat. There are others, but they're not here. Okay, but I love pissing off Morgan Fay. It's kind of funny. Also, that's really good, Ninji, and also a little funny that you did that before JFK played as Red. Yeah, Ronnie, and then one of my old friends who helped me set up stream, who usually doesn't come. Jenna is a mod, and I think that's it. So, I mean, very limited competition, Hannah. That might change if I play if Ronnie and I play Somnium Files or 999 and someone is like, oh, I can help mod for you, because I don't fucking know what those are about. So, well, we've reached the square, but I wonder where the alchemist residence is.
Hey, Nick, look over there.
I truly do think that giving Maya and Phoenix just their basic outfits, I understand it was for, recognition purposes, but, I think that this is a missed opportunity to give them a fun, cute little, medieval outfit, you know? It doesn't have to be that different. The colors can be the same, just, it would have been fun if, you know? Hannah's got a one-track mind tonight. We were explicitly talking about their their dynamic earlier. Hannah has one thing on her mind.
There's a street leading away from the square.
Hey, you're right. Let's go take a look. Yeah, buddy, you didn't even decide to walk around. Listen, I'm sure at some point we're gonna hit a puzzle wall. When I hit that puzzle wall, we will fucking do puzzles, okay? So, this is Sir Belduke's residence.
It definitely looks like an alchemist's house. I've never seen plants like these before.
So, what do we do now? Just because the owner's deceased, we can't exactly go barging in. Yes, you can! Who cares?
But have you not? Oh, but have you noticed just how well kept his yard is? Hello, metaphorical goblin. Welcome! I love this game. I'm so excited to be playing more of it. It looks like someone is still living here.
They should have had fantasy outfits! I'm so mad about this. He's just in a suit! We could have had cute little outfits! Oh. Man. It's fine. Someone has definitely been doing the upkeep around here. That's for sure. We should design fantasy outfits for them. We should give them fun little outfits. Hey, who's over there? I don't have a voice yet for Jean, so
that's a strange place to put a vase.
It seems to serve the same purpose as a mailbox. There are letters sticking out of it. That sounds like a terrible idea.
I'd normally call that weird, but since it's an alchemist house, it's sort of fitting.
Knowing me, I'd accidentally get something pushed too far down and I'd have to smash the whole vase to get out a bill. Some plant is growing in that vase too. I wonder if it's intentional. And coin. No, there's 3 of you bitches. What fruit is that?
They look so juicy. I'm gonna try one.
This is an alchemist's garden, Maya. I'd advise against eating anything that grows here. Yeah, too late. Oh, there it is. Alright.
My sincere apologies. I'm afraid Medicaments? I'm afraid medicaments are no longer being provided here. Huh? Did you not come here for medicaments of some kind?
No, we didn't come here for that. We're here to investigate the incident, the one involving Sir Belduke.
Forgive me if I'm mistaken, but you do not look like members of the Knight of the Inquisition.
I'm Phoenix Wright, attorney at law. And you, I'm guessing you live here?
Indeed, my name is...
Should it be Jean right now, or is it Jean? I don't know which one is... I think it's Jean.
Sorry, I just had a moment where I was like, fuck! Have I met any guys with the name Jean? I got really in my head for a second. I'm sorry. I'm sorry.
My name is... Jean? Grail. I was butler to the late Master Belduke.
Wow, a butler! This must be my first time meeting a real one.
Have you met fake ones? Well, Mr. Grey Earl, if you don't mind, I've been told that the incident involving your master was shrouded in mystery. Has it got something to do with the Great Witch Bazella? We're trying to investigate that at the moment. Oh, she was kidnapped by a fake one, you're right! I forgot! You're right! She was kidnapped by a fake butler. I'm just shocked they referenced it. I don't even know if that was intentional.
The Great Witch Bazella. Am I right in supposing that you are defending Espella Cantabella?
Well, yes. Well, actually, yes. Yes, we are. So, you know Espella, do you?
That goes without saying. Everyone around here knows her.
Do you think you can help us? We're here looking for leads.
While he was alive, the Master taught me the value of investigating the truth that governs the natural world. If you two are investigating the truth, then it would be against his teachings for me not to cooperate with you. Would you both like to come in? We can discuss the matter further inside.
That would be great. Thank you, Mr. Grey Earl.
Whoa, spoken like a true butler. He's a pretty cool guy, isn't he, Nick? Way better than the last butler I met.
Oh, the fucking green wall. What is this room?
This is the room that Mr. Belduke kindly provided as my accommodation.
So, is this the room where the incident took place?
That would be the Master's study. It is the room right next door. However, the state of the room has been carefully preserved since the incident 3 months ago.
Yeah, no, this one? My OBS took over the wall. What the fuck does that mean? Oh, I already forgot what you guys were talking about. I was like, hello? I forgot we had that conversation earlier. I'm so out of it tonight. I couldn't figure out what you meant, especially since Metaphorical Goblin is purple. So Metaphorical Goblin is the only person in here who is not green right now. I was like, what do you mean? I thought something had gone wrong with the tech. I was like, I don't understand. Whoa. And anyway, this, it's the Michigan. This soundtrack, I love this track, and you're so right. This is such a Layton sounding track. It's really good. Hannah! Sarah's also green. Sarah Atlantis, hello, welcome, you're also green. Listen, you can't ask me to count on stream. You can't ask me to count on... I can't be counting things. Okay? Like, I'm sorry, I can't count. Oh. Okay. As such, entry into the room is not currently permitted.
Really? Bummer.
Is that by order of the Knights of the Inquisition by any chance? Yes, and I have lived with with Master since an early age. They also decided it would be only fitting for me to stay on and keep the place in order.
This is, I wish you could change the speed of text in this game. I don't think you can. I think I've checked. It's just like a little bit too slow. So, you've been looking after the place ever since Sir Belduke passed away?
Yes, that's correct. Now then, is there anything further you wish to discuss?
Is that a minibar? What's inside all these bottles?
Maya, don't drink it! Who knows what strange mixtures the alchemist kept in those bottles? I love it. I love how much, how often in this game Phoenix is like, Maya, don't eat that. Don't drink that. Stop it. Stop it. Oh, good point. How does that break down? Phoenix guy who got poisoned once is like, I don't trust like that. I was thinking about Alfendi earlier. If I'm being real with you, I was thinking about Alfendi, and I was thinking about how it's so Ace Attorney, and also I was thinking about how I kind of want to play it again. The town is over there. It's the opposite direction from the bell tower. Oh, this is slightly off topic, and it's gonna be really awkward in the VOD. But I wanted to let you know that I am back to uploading VODs on YouTube. So after tonight, once I add the, there's only 3 minutes left on the upload, but the last Azran VOD is going up tonight, and then tomorrow I'm gonna start doing Curious Village. We are just gonna get him out of there, and then Nancy, all the ones with Ronnie. I'm gonna get on top of it again. I swear I'm gonna do it. Someone asked a few streams ago about it, and you know, yeah. Lucy Baker is the funniest detective ever because she does not give a shit. She's like not interested, and it's so funny because I'm like, how did you become a detective? Because she kind of like doesn't care. They just don't tell us shit. They don't tell us motive. It's kind of very funny. It's really funny to me. Like, she's just like not interested in like what's happening. It's kind of funny.
A pretty view like this makes you forget all about witches and murders.
I think I could shoot Alfendi with a little shrink ray and keep him like a rodent in my shirt pocket. I think he would be too. It's so funny because, like, every other main character is, like, every other detective character I've ever played is so nosy. Like, she's minding her own damn business so well. It's kind of shocking. Nancy is out here getting a game over because she showed someone an article about their dead mom. Books and documents are all neatly placed on the shelves. Grey Earl is a very tidy person.
Maybe Sean could teach me some alchemy and you how to keep your desk tidy, Nick.
I kind of love it for Lucy. Like, go girl, don't. Just don't.
The floor's been singed. The legendary fire didn't even spare the alchemist's house.
Why would the legendary fire manifest itself just in this room? Grail probably dropped a candle. Ah, fuck, no. No, get back in there. It's not just that her boss is a convicted killer. It's specifically that there were so many, like, cases where a character was like, yeah, I killed him, but he was blackmailing me. And there was no, like, why he was blackmailing them, what they were being blackmailed with. Lucy was just like, cool. And then they moved on. And I was like, I guess it doesn't matter. I guess it doesn't matter. Wild game. Kind of love it. I tried to Google who Lucy Baker was, and the results were for like a shaman oracle with 52 years of psycho-spiritual experience. Love it. Love to see it. That's real.
As I mentioned a moment ago, I know very little about this matter. As a matter of fact, it might be better to ask the Inquisitors. I can tell you about one thing, though, namely what occurred before the incident.
Before the incident? Why was that weirdly slow?
Yes, it was 3 months ago, around the time Master Belduke was murdered.
We were on our way back from collecting specimens for research, and it was already into the small hours of the morning.
I forgot there was voice acting, and I got so scared. Someone is in my computer.
There was a thunderstorm on the way, and as the storm drew nearer, we quickly made our way home.
This game is so, like, it's so beautiful. Like, I'll be honest, I think it's a beautiful game. I think that the animation is stunning. And I'm really pissed we didn't get a reunion scene. You guys can shell out a few more $100 and get us a fucking reunion scene? Unbelievable.
Anyone would have been surprised at what we saw. But Master Belduke, well, how can I put this?
He had a nervous breakdown.
He reacted in a most peculiar way. Unlike others who saw it, he seemed
Imagine!
unsettled, as if he was truly afraid of something.
Imagine having cut scenes by Studio Bones and not doing an HD remaster. They have this. They have it. Please. I'm on my knees, guys. Like, Capcom, level 5. You have a video game. It is complete. Just port it. You don't even need to translate it. Like, I know one of the things with, like, AI 2, you gotta you don't have to translate. It's already translated. Just port the game. Port the game. Please, for me. Port the game, but also go find those voice actors to awkwardly voice act that one scene that sounds really and it'll sound really out of place because it's years later. Like, man. Also, yeah, no, sometimes I remember that Cat is the only game that's on Switch, and it's really funny to me. And also, over the past several days, I have been constantly bombarded in random places by fucking diamond mines and/or mining in general, and Hannah knows this, because each time it happens, I have like a nervous breakdown. I'm gonna lose it, and it's all that game's fault. They keep coming for me.
After that bell tower appeared, he changed completely. Master Belduke became a different man.
Different man.
I think it's kind of embarrassing. I'm gonna be honest. It's like, I'm kind of like embarrassed that, like, I'm still gonna upload them because more than anything, uploading my VODs is for me about archiving them because, like, I know I have them in, like, in my drive, but, like, I like to have things in multiple places just in case because, like, I've lost socials accounts before and it stresses me out. And I'm kind of, like, embarrassed to upload, like, Lost Future and Catriel because, like, I had a bad time and, like, I was thinking about it the other day because, like, in both of those I cried, but, like, not in the way that I cried for, like, the other games. Like, for Catriel, when I cried, I don't know if I've ever cried because I was, like, angry over a fictional character before. It was a weird experience. It was, like, I don't know how to explain it, and it's gonna be weird to have to upload that, but it was like the wrong emotion I should have been having. That was not what the writers wanted me to be feeling at that moment. I don't think I've ever cried that way out of anger in, like, a way that, like, wasn't actually affecting me. Like, it's happened, like, in real life, but, like, that was, like, things in my life and not media. It was, like, uncomfortable. It was an uncomfortable experience. Sorry, these are, like, slightly off and they're bothering me. Wait a second. Did you just say a bell tower appeared?
Hey, that explains it. That must be what High Inquisitor Darklaw meant when she mentioned an incident involving the bell tower.
To this day, I do not know what the Master was so afraid of. Do you think it was connected in some way to his death?
I think it must have been magic. I mean, for a bell tower to just appear like that?
Mr. Grey Earl, do you mind if we have a look around? I know that the Inquisitors have already carried out a full investigation, but there just might be a clue or two with some kind of connection to the Great Witch. Well, I suppose. Providing I am allowed to accompany you, of course. There is sensitive equipment everywhere, and it is my responsibility to take care of it. Blech. I understand. We'll be careful. Yeah, these two. Famously careful characters.
I wonder how the professor and Luke are doing with their visit to the storyteller.
Yeah, I've been wondering about that too. A chance to meet Labyrinthia's creator. Let's just hope they don't upset the guy and have some terrible plot twist written about them. I love Grey Earl. I love Grey Earl, and also, like, even though we've already seen Kira die, technically, I feel like the reveals in this case really, like, change the tone. Like, Kira dies, and you're like, what the fuck? But I think that this case, like, really changes the tone of the game in a way that I, like, really enjoy. Yep. Listen, I think Maya hitting Phoenix over the head with a metal pipe in court with no warning is absolutely hilarious. I think that is peak Maya and Phoenix characterization.
That only happened if it was you who visited the storyteller, Nick.
The professor would never let anything like that happen.
I've got a feeling they'll come back with some pretty useful leads. We have to do our best too, Nick. Let's keep our side of let's keep up. I skipped a word. Let's keep up our side of this investigation.
You got it, Maya. We're all in this together. Wildcats. Come on, let's see what we can find.
That's the spirit.
I think Maya makes lots of spirit jokes. High Inquisitor Darklaw. Oh yeah, we didn't read this last time. She is the High Inquisitor and leader of the Inquisition. Her stance on the witches and witchcraft is strict, as is her attitude toward her subordinates. Working alone relentlessly at night, she appears to embrace a hate for witches. As yet, I do not know why. Bell Tower and the Alchemist. I'm just adding in words. I'm a terrible narrator. According to Grey Earl, Sir Belduke's butler, the bell tower appeared mysteriously after lightning struck one evening. For some reason, Sir Belduke became seriously agitated upon its appearance. The bell tower in the town square is under continuous guard. Could this be related in some way to the death of the alchemist? No, it turns out the Layton writers are just like that. They are just like that. I think that's something that, because Ace Attorney, like, also involves murder and sometimes suicide, I think that's something that, like, people who play this game who haven't played the Layton games, like, don't realize, like, how much of this game is, like, way more Layton than Ace Attorney. Because when I played my first Layton game, I've said this before, I was like, oh, this is like all of the really weird stuff in this game, I was like, oh, this fits right in with a Layton game. Like, it's weird for Ace Attorney, but if you're looking at it as a Layton game, it, like, makes a lot of sense. Yeah, hitting that British water that makes you pass out when you hear silver bells. Yeah, this is, if you're looking for a Layton game, this is a Layton game. If you're looking for an Ace Attorney game, you're probably going to be, like, kind of confused.
The Great Witch Bezella will be tried in court.
Fuck! What was his voice? Shit. Well, that's the thing, JFK. I think it's so, I've mentioned this so many times to so many people, I think it's so real of them at the end when Eve goes and talks to Layton and is like, I brought you here because I heard about you and I knew that you would be able to fix this. And Phoenix is like, why did you bring me here? And she's like, that was kind of an accident. Like, it's such a funny line to put in there because I think it's true, and I think it's very, very, very funny. Because, like, that's exactly it. Yeah, you're right. Phoenix is just kind of here. He wasn't invited to his own crossover. Yeah, like, she was like, shit, you guys got drugged and I panicked. I panic stole you and I gave you a Baker backstory. I hope you had fun.
That will be Labyrinthia's final chapter, a fitting end for a town ruled by witches and their magic.
Am I to believe that this final chapter has already begun?
That is correct, and there is no way you can possibly change its final outcome.
I wonder about that. You see, I gave my word to a young lady. I promised that without fail, I would be able to rescue her. If I'm not mistaken, the Great Witch's trial will begin in 2 weeks' time, the same day on which you will hold your next parade. I believe that should give us sufficient time to show you what we can do.
Such a smug countenance. I find it intolerable.
I beg your pardon?
Layton is like, fucking what?
2 weeks from now, you say? I'm afraid that information is out of date, Herschel Layton.
Out of date? This is like his own unique brand of an updated autopsy report. Wow. That's good. Sometimes you gotta check the mail.
My parade will be held the day after tomorrow, according to the amended story.
Much more on brand with the Phoenix timeline.
What? The day after tomorrow? That's not fair!
He's doing his wiggles. He's doing his wiggles. I love this one. This one is so cute. This one's really good. I love his distressed wiggles.
Now that's the kind of countenance I want from the characters in my story.
What?
That's what I do, didn't you know? I decide the fate of characters who have no knowledge of their future. It would appear that you are not yet fully aware of the gravity of the situation. Let me see now. Just for fun, I'll write you a little story. A story full of surprises and a few tears. I shall enjoy seeing the emotions of the characters as they play their parts.
A story? For us?
Stories are a fixture of this town. You would be wise to embrace them. Let's see. I think we need a stimulating incident. We shall have a witch, some witchcraft, and perhaps a little death. Death? You can't.
This exact moment, when Layton was like, 2 weeks? We can show you some shit in 2 weeks. That was the exact moment that Arthur Cantabella over here went, I'm turning this bitch into a gold statue. Someone get his measurements. We need to make a mold. Like, that exact moment was when he was like, gold, gold, gold right now. Fuck this guy. Yeah, he was like, get him out of here. Get him out of here.
Oh, but I can't. Let me see. This is a golden opportunity to use the alchemist's residence. How about this? Your comrade meets with the death by golden curse in the alchemist's residence. This could be a truly interesting story.
Okay, I'll say this after this conversation, because I've been thinking about it a lot.
No way!
Knocks him out with silver while his Shade Taylor's Russian. Literally, he's like, quick, I need you guys to, like, get measurements of his feet. We need, like, the leg. You know how, I don't actually know if anyone else does this, because I did dance. But, like, they get very good at measuring you super quick. I guess if you've gone to a tailor. But, like, with dance, because it has to be skin tight, like, you have, like, very specific measurements. Someone's out here measuring the exact size of his hat. Yes, someone measured the hat.
Feel free to act as you wish when playing your role in the story.
How can you?
That is language.
Beginning of a new tragedy or farce. The victim of a gold curse lies in the dwelling of a user of false alchemy. A man from afar falls to a golden curse, and a woman from afar cries out in grief.
Word proximity, my guys.
The woman is captured, her dark trial begins, the fiery pit will cleanse all of her sins.
I think we could have used another line to close it out, but that's fine.
A man from afar falls to a golden curse, and a woman from afar cries out in grief. This must be referring to Maya and Mr. Wright.
We don't see this one often. God, I forgot how bad that looks up there. We don't see this one often from him.
If we don't do something, Mr. Wright and Miss Fay will be in danger. There's no time to lose, Luke. Let's go back and find them.
Right you are, Professor.
The story has already been written, and no matter what you do, you will not change the result. I do not agree. What we do next can change the future in any number of ways. I'm sure that's what you want to believe. In fact, a naive outburst like that could be a poignant plot point. Please be my guest. Your words may help to raise the tension and bring a little excitement to my story.
You monster!
Look, now is not the time. We need to help Mr. Wright and Maya.
Okay, let's go, Professor. Better hurry. Huh? Professor, do you hear a flapping sound coming this way?
The sound of a large bird, perhaps.
Great camera work, guys.
That's the owl we saw in the audience room.
It's holding a letter in its mouth, not to mention watching us intently.
Perhaps he wants to tell us something. I'll try talking to him and see what he wants. What can we do for you? I've got it, Professor. Hoot, that's the owl. Says the letter was delivered to the storyteller 3 months ago.
To the storyteller? If that's so, then we can't very well keep it. After all, it's wrong to read letters addressed to someone else.
That's what the owl said. But he also said there's absolutely nothing written on the sheets of parchment inside the envelope. Look, Professor. See? They're totally blank.
A letter with nothing written on it. That is indeed most curious.
And another thing, Professor.
Fuck.
The owl says this letter was sent by the alchemist.
What's that, my boy? Written by the alchemist. Do you remember what the storyteller wrote in a story he penned a moment ago? A victim of the golden curse lies in the dwelling of a user of false alchemy, which probably means the place at which this incident will occur
Is the home of the one who sent this letter. In other words, at the alchemist's house, right, Professor?
It appears the address of the sender, Sir Belduc, is written on the envelope, which means we had better make our way there immediately.
Thanks, Mr. Hoot.
Owl said, boom.
The address on the envelope is somewhere near the town square.
That's a little far from here, Professor. We might not make it in time. I think we'd better run.
Luke, my boy, we have the need to rent a steed.
I think you're right, Professor. That would be far quicker than running.
Horse! Quickly, Luke. There's no time to lose.
Hey, easy, boy. This horse certainly is spirited.
I feel like someone just wanted to draw that and then they had to find a way to put it in the story. You know? How tall? I wasn't paying attention. Sorry, I was reading a lot. In there, not in... Who's 5'9"? What? Anyway,
Say, Nick, have you noticed that the color of that wall is different from all the other walls in the room?
yeah, Maya, it's called an accent wall. Do you not watch HGTV? So how tall is he without the hat? How tall is the hat? I'm not good at math.
I think I've investigated enough crime scenes by now to notice something as obvious as that, Maya. And also watched enough HGTV. I know what an accent wall is.
One of my favorite pointless headcanons for Maya, not for Maya, for Trucy and Phoenix is that they watch like a lot of HGTV. Like a lot of HGTV and Food Network.
I'm embarrassed to admit it, but actually there was a small fire here a while ago. It was my fault. The wall ended up a little singed in the process. Now that you mention it, there are some signs of a fire up the floor there too. Yes, that's correct. Anyway, I decided to paint the wall myself. Looks like Mr. Grey Earl was way handier with his herbs than with a paintbrush. I let a candle set fire to some dusty dry straw. In all my time as a butler, I've never made such a major blunder. Nah, it's not that bad. You're being a little hard on yourself.
That's right. It's not so bad. You think that's bad? You should see Nick try and do the laundry. Now that's a major blunder.
Okay, that was one time.
What did he do?
Anyways,
Let's go check out Mr. Belduke's study.
while we're here, could you show us around the room a little, Mr. Earl Grey?
Grey Earl, Earl Grey. Fuck, I'm so tired.
Of course, if it will bring you any closer to finding the truth, be my guest. However, as the Knights of the Inquisition have ordered that the crime scene be left undisturbed, I must ask that you refrain from touching anything while you're in the study.
Sure, we'll be careful. Study of the late alchemist Sir Belduke.
Hey, look, Nick. They're on the floor. It's one of those... whatchamacallits. You know, a crop circle, right?
That's an alchemist circle, Maya. We're not in a wheat field. We watched all of Full Metal Alchemist last month. You have to remember this. I'm sorry to repeat myself, but please be sure not to touch anything.
You heard it, Maya. That means keep your hands to yourself.
No problem. I'll just do the touching with my eyes.
With your eyes?
What I was gonna say is, first of all, I am in a mental place where I can't create, so that sucks. But I was gonna say, I found it really interesting that I've started a bunch of fics, and even if Layton is like tangentially related in some way, or like the fic is technically about him, I talk about him a bunch. I don't write about him as much as you'd think I do. Like, even in the one for the zine, he's not super in it. It's so weird. I've kind of made him like this weird, like, myth figure in my own stories where, like, everyone is talking about him and affected by him, but he's not showing up on page that often, like a fucking, I don't know. It's so weird. So strange. I don't know how that happened. That's a globe of the night sky.
The alchemist was also an astronomer. Or maybe he was into astrology?
It's not that I'm not interested in writing his perspective. I just, like, it's not... I guess it's not, like, my go-to. He just ends up, like, not being there. And I was like, oh, that's strange. That's a weird trend in my writing.
Hey, that's a pretty little picture over there. We could use a picture like this back at the office, don't you think? We could hang him next to Charlie.
I was thinking about that Ninja earlier, yeah.
What is it, Nick?
The wall behind this picture frame.
The wall
Oh, that! It seems like there's some kind of green mark on the wall just by that painting.
I wonder if there's something hidden behind this painting.
Ninji, if it helps, Clark is like the main character of one of the comics that I've started drafting. Like, how did that happen? I know how it happened, but Clark is like arguably the POV character of that one. Can we get an explanation for that? Why did you choose that? That was weird. My idea isn't even fucked up. I actually would love to at some point make some of the Professor's AU. I think I should, like, I don't know, write it, draw it. What's funnier than the Professor's AU? The Professor's AU is like, it might be my favorite thing because it's stupid. Sometimes I write these characters being so emotional all the time that it's infinitely funnier for everything to be like peak stupid. There are no stakes. Just like everyone being awful and mean to each other for no reason. I like drama, but like, you know, nothing's happening. The time skip between Lost, Future, and Cat. Oh, I don't think I'm supposed to be reading this. Hey, Nick, look at this.
The wall behind the painting? It's painted green. Is there a problem? No problem. This could be some kind of clue.
Yeah, no shit, Phoenix. It's okay. I don't have time to watch the anime, and no offense to the anime, like, I'm gonna feel this need to watch all of it, but I watched the opening, and it's not... The quality of an anime is not dependent on its opening. However, we were watching a bunch of really good anime openings, and then we watched the Layton one, and we were all just kind of like, this sure does exist. It sure does exist. Okay, but like, the openings for Scooby-Doo always fuck really hard. So, like, you know, I just think that you should put a little more effort into your opening. That's all.
The cabinet might have contained the alchemist's research materials, but it's been emptied.
Only some junk's been left behind.
I fucking love Scooby-Doo. It's fundamentally a kid's show. I'll keep that in mind. I mean, these are technically kids' games. But I still think you should have a good opening. Plenty of kids' shows have very good openings. Kim Possible, Scooby-Doo, all of the everything. And also, like, as someone who's watched some pretty bad kids' shows and been invested in them, I also think you should write them better.
It looks like a load of white powder has been scattered around the desk.
What's New Scooby-Doo intro is so good. About this white powder, has it been here since the incident?
That's right. It was just like this when I entered the room on the morning following the incident. I have left it this way ever since.
I was trying not to make a cocaine joke.
I guess something must have dropped a container full of, medicine?
Please try not to walk in it. You may leave footprints.
Well, he didn't say it wasn't medicine, so now that you said it, all I want to do is leave little old footprints all over the place. It'll be like, Maya was here.
Is that still the same thing? Oh, it just didn't go away, did it? Oh, try not to step...
Ooh, the urge to leave footprints everywhere is rising.
Okay, so that one just didn't go away. Good to know. Good to know.
Oh, that's a magic circle. It's neatly drawn and sure looks magical.
I guess that's the kind of stuff you're into, being a spirit medium. There it is! I think that's the mention. I think that's like one of the only mentions in this game of Maya being a spirit medium. Cause like they do not want to have that as an aspect in this game because it kind of complicates some things. You can't exactly, like... Anyway, I think that might be one of the only mentions. I can't remember if I'm supposed to stay here or maybe we have to talk to Jean. Okay.
What's the matter, Mr. Grey Earl?
There's one direct mention. Okay, great. I'll look for it.
Oh, actually, it's that pendant. I must say, I find it fascinating.
Oh, you mean this old thing? It's called the Magatama.
Is it right here?
It's called the Magatama.
Magatama.
Yep. You could say it's kind of like my source of power, I guess.
I understand. Stones are often charged with energy after all.
No, I think there's another one later. The pendant you're wearing is pretty neat too. It's such a mysterious color.
Oh, this... It's called an amethyst. Master Beldic asked me to wear it.
An amethyst.
The amethyst brings about good vibrations in the alchemy sense.
Bitch, all the fucking crystals do. Mr. Grey Earl?
Oh, I'm sorry. I was just remembering Master Belduke. He gave me this stone and accepted me as his assistant alchemist.
Oh, I fucked that up.
But now, Master, such is the order of the natural world.
Seems like Grey Earl really misses him.
He must have really respected Sir Belduke.
Hello? Oh, okay. I was like, video game.
Well, I think we've just about investigated everything we can for now.
We didn't find any leads on the Great Witch.
Oh, Mr. Grey Earl?
Yes, what is it?
Is there anywhere else you can think of where we might find more clues?
Let me see. Well, there is a cellar under this study. That's where the master kept his research materials.
A cellar under this room?
Yes, there's a trapdoor in the floor leading down to the cellar.
A room containing Belduke's research materials.
If you don't mind, I'd like to have a quick look at that room. I see, very well. If you'll please just wait a moment.
Or a minute? I wouldn't be a good audiobook narrator as much as I think I would fucking kill it.
That ladder leads down to the cellar, but be careful, it's rather dark down there.
It looks like it might be a little cramped down there too.
That's true. Perhaps it is a little bit small for the both of you at once.
Okay, Nick. This seems more like your kind of thing anyway.
What do you mean?
I don't know. I guess you're just more suited to small, dark, damp places.
I'm not a rat, you know.
Come on, you know that's not what I mean. I'll just stay up here and snoop around for some clues. Maybe, like, leave footprints. I really want to leave some footprints.
It's not snooping, Maya. It's investigating, says the notorious snooper. Anyway, you do that. I'll be right back.
Yay! Way to go, Nick!
Well, I should return to my room. Please give me a call as soon as you have both finished.
Okay.
Got it?
Are you guys almost ready for Gold Layton moments? It's chilly down here. Huge mood, bud. Doesn't look like it's been used much. The air is so musty and stale. Anyway, better hurry up and take a look around. Hint coin? Well, well, well. If it isn't... oh, well. Looks like it's still in use, too. I'm guessing you need quite a bit of clean water for alchemy. Come to think of it, I haven't noticed any plumbing here in Labyrinthia. Maya's up there and she yells down to him. She's like, Nick, are you making stupid jokes to yourself again? Knock it off! Is there another reason, or is it just the same thing? This well must have been built here specifically to provide water for alchemical research. You're so valid! The poor potted plants are starting to wither. I'm gonna get some water for them.
This oh wait. Oopsie. Looks like a sculpture of a goat, I think? Something about it gives me the creeps. Wait a second. This thing is completely made of gold. Could this be the result of alchemy? I guess anything. In this town, anything's possible. If Maya were here, she'd break her back trying to take that goat away with her. Phoenix is like, shit, if I could get this goat out of here, we could pay rent for the rest of our lives. We could eat so much good sushi. That's strange. Almost everything in this room is covered in a layer of dust. Everything except for the goat, that is. Seems to have been kept in pristine condition. Yeah, I'm also curious, like, is it redacted because I can't know about it, or is it redacted just because you don't want to share? Plenty of sketches and drawings, nothing useful for us, and nothing good. Looks like Sir Belduke studied alchemy here too. I don't see anything medicine-like, but there sure is a lot of equipment. This desk is pretty messy. Not a speck of dust, though. I guess Greyarl must be keeping it clean. There's a wooden box by the desk filled with all kinds of junk. A doll is peeping out of the box. I wonder if it was left by a little girl who was one of the doctor's patients. Well, looks like I've pretty much seen all there is to see down here. The room doesn't seem to have been used much, and there's nothing I can see that might provide a lead. If I stay here any longer, I might just end up covered in dust myself. Not to mention, standing here sighing is kind of clogging up my lungs. Maybe it's time I head back upstairs. I should probably see how Maya's doing. Oh, bad! She's doing bad! It's all about to go to shit! I'm so excited. We have like one more section, I think, and then it goes. Just like reading this section. We're so close!
This is the alchemist's house. We have to hurry.
Professor, wait! Wait for me!
Miss Faye.
Sorry.
Hi, Professor. What's up? You look flushed.
Where's Mr. Wright? Have you seen him?
He's in a hole.
Oh, Nick. He's just down in the basement doing some investigating.
He's in a
Be
hole
back
right
up
now.
soon.
Don't worry.
So how did it go? Did you get to see the storyteller?
Please, get Mr. Wright immediately. It's safer if we're all together in one place. I'll explain later. Just hurry.
Huh?
As things stand, Mr. Wright is in serious danger.
Nick's in danger? What do you mean?
Sorry, I'm just enjoying the music. The score in this game is so fucking good. This game has such good music.
I have reason to believe that a witch will appear here soon.
I love a gong. Or like a timpani roll. You know what I mean. Here we go. Here we go. This animation is so good. This goes crazy hard.
All is as written in the story.
Do you happen to be the great
Also,
witch
this
Bazella?
pose is Layton's go-to.
Concern yourselves not with who I am.
He's so about
but
protecting
rather
other people and
with
doesn't
what
give a
you
shit
will
about
not
like
become.
himself. I'm gonna be sick. Ah! It's fine.
Oh, dearie me. Whatever is the matter, child? You look positively flustered. Sir Belduke is no longer residing here. You'll need to go elsewhere for your medicaments.
Oh, I know that. Let me through. It's a matter of life and death.
Life and death, you say? If so, then I may foresee a hit ballad. Rise up your hearts and sing with Birdly. My bird is Cracker, first, second, and thirdly.
Ah, this must be the rival Mr. Bardley was talking about. Anyway, I'm in a hurry.
Oh, dearie me.
Ah!
forgot he was here. I think Luke is really fucking normal though. Arm off! Arm gone!
Professor!
There's a second Full Metal Alchemist joke in the missing arm part too.
It wasn't me!
Phoenix is just like, what the fuck?
What the?
Yeah, Luke trauma compilation. Do you think he's okay? How do you think he's doing? I think Luke is fine. I think Luke is so fine right now, guys.
Professor.
I think he's fine. No, JFK. JFK. Luke is fine. Luke is fine. Luke is fine.
The words the storyteller wrote really did come true. And in the worst possible way.
No, you're all being so dramatic. Luke is so normal right now.
A man from
He's
afar falls to a
fine.
golden curse.
He's fine. Calm down.
At first, I thought he was referring to Mr. Wright. But I
That
got
was
it
your
all
first
wrong.
mistake, bestie.
It was about the professor.
One sec, I'm Googling something. Fuck Mr. Wright. Who cares if that lawyer dies? This voice actor for Luke is named Maria Darling. And I don't know anything else that she's in. She's doing great though. Oh, she does the UK English Luke for most of the other games. So I guess for this game, was there a UK version of this game or did they just do the one? Nah, she's UK. Of this game, okay. I was gonna say, what are you talking about? It's kind of weird that they do too. Unfortunately, I do now have to be biased towards the US version. We all know why. We all know why. To be continued. I would not have spent as much on a US copy for the separate localization. Fair enough. Yeah. Ninja might not know this because I didn't talk about it on the last Layton stream. No, I have to say that the other one is better because the US voice actress for Luke is also Nancy Drew. That's all I have to say. She's also Nancy Drew. So, I found that out this week, and, yeah. She did 32 or 33 Nancy Drew games, and also was the US Luke, Emmy, and Flora. So she fucking killed it. Changed her name to Nancy. Yeah. When? Luke. No, Nancy voice is just, it's locked. It's locked. It's locked. I love Nancy Drew, okay? And so since it's part of my brand, now I have to, like, pitch for it. Which was the VA for most of the English one, who's the VA who got for the localized New England. I think Lainey, the Nancy Drew's voice actress is named Lainey Minella, and she, it says, did Luke, US English, Flora, Emmy, and various others. Here, I will send you that one. You're welcome. We looked at it a few times, but it got confusing. She also did a fuck ton for, like, so many things. She's done a lot of video game voice actors. It's kind of wild to scroll through. But yeah, no, she did, like, a lot of, characters for so many things. There's so much on here. but your brain was getting confused. That's fair. She didn't get the last Nancy Dreamer game. So yeah, she was Luke and Emmy and Azran, but I'm pretty sure just the US version, but it doesn't say on this website. And Luke and Emmy for Miracle Mask. And Luke, Emmy, and Ariana for Last Spectre. And again, I think these are all US versions, not the UK versions. Yeah. Anyway. Golden Layton. Professor Layton was turned into a gold statue through witchcraft in the alchemist residence. How can this be? And I love how for this one, they just give him a little ... because he can't say shit. We're gonna have a long time before we add any hmms to the counter over here, which is so sad. I don't know. I'm going with Ninji. I'm gonna go with no because Lanny's Wikipedia page only says US version for Luke, but that's actually kind of funny because I thought that Emmy got a voice actress change at some point. And maybe it's like in the movie she has a different one. It might just be in the movie she has a very different one because I know there's one point where I'm like, this is a different Emmy. Either that or she just didn't remember what her Emmy voice was. But I think Eternal Diva, it's a different person. Eternal Diva, I was like, who are you? You are not my Emmy. Oh, look at all these puzzles that got sent because we didn't do shit. Des might have a different one. I wouldn't be surprised, purely because there might have been different, like, contracts involved. If you're, it might be different, like, they might have been like, well, you don't really do, like, movies. You just do video games, so we'll just find someone else, which I don't know what the circumstances were, you know? Yeah, no professor to solve them. This is so sad. Okay. It doesn't make sense. How has it come to this?
That darned witch? Why did it have to happen to the professor of all people?
Because he pissed off Arthur. He was like, we'll figure it out to Arthur. And Arthur was like, fuck you. Oh, dubbed before Spectre's call. That would make sense then. They probably didn't have they might not have been able to get those voice actors to come back for like 3 video games. Or they just decided they wanted someone else for them. You've gotta believe me, Nick. I may be a spirit medium, but I'm no witch. Is this the spirit medium reference you were looking for, Ninji?
Don't worry, I know it wasn't you. You have had so many opportunities to almost be a murderer, and you've never been a murderer, so...
He literally joked that he could figure it out before Arthur could do anything about it, and Arthur panicked and said someone cast a gold statue of this man. So true! There's one later with the professor. Thank you!
Say, have you seen Luke today?
I haven't seen him since last night.
Yeah, he's fine.
He was crying all night. I didn't know what to say to him.
He's fine.
No kidding. He's the one suffering the most from all this. Poor kid.
He probably needs some time alone with his grief. We should leave him be.
Yeah. He shouldn't have to see this trial. It'd be too hard for him.
Every fucking day of my life, I think about how much Azran Legacy changed this particular moment in this game for me. Like... This moment already is like really like sad because Maya and Luke like are friends, but like then when you like factor in Azran Legacy and like the amount of like betrayal that Luke has already dealt with in his life from people he cares about, you're like, oh no, oh no, oh no.
Oh, it's Isabella.
What have you been doing here, Isabella? Have you been cleared of the accusations?
No, not yet. If only it were that easy. It's just that I'm not technically under arrest. So I got special permission to come here.
Fuck.
I'm free to go wherever I like, within this building.
So weird.
Ah, I see.
Ninja every single day. Well, I guess you probably know it. Hannah sends it to me all the time. The one tiny, I don't remember who draws it. The one comic with Flora and Luke where she's like, "Have you died?" And he has this long part and she's like, "I meant in Donkey Kong." I think about it all the time.
I heard about Mr. Layton. It's awful. He was such a good man.
I'm sorry, Isabella.
Huh? What are you apologizing for?
We were supposed to find clues connected to Bazella. But we couldn't find anything, and now the professor's...
No, don't say that. It's not your fault. And I don't believe a word of what they say about Maya. She isn't a witch. Thank you, Bella. Mr. Wright, do you mind if I assist you in court today?
Or everyone just calms down, believing the statues were real, the gold until it got cast, and that's why his arm's strapped. It's just like oven clay. It's just like oven clay that they spray painted gold, like the quick bake oven clay. And they just threw it into one of the giant fires and were like, "Fuck, we gotta go fast." And like it just snapped off. They were like, "Shit, the real one isn't done yet." They were up all fucking night casting fucking gold layton. The shades were fucking pissed. They were so mad about it. Oh no.
I know I may not be of much use, but I'll do what I can. I want to help you in Maya.
Spella. Excuse me. Who the fuck is that? Oh, okay. I was like, who are you?
You're... Greya, butler of the late Master Belduke. I have come to inquire after Miss Maya.
I will say, immediately, I picked up on the fact that the brooch changed. Like, when I first played this game, I was like, that's not the right color. Yeah.
It is most regrettable what happened yesterday.
I can't remember if Tony picked up on it or not, because I remember being like, God, I hope Tony notices that thing is wrong.
Oh, thank you for coming all the way here. Huh? You look really pale, Jean. Are you alright?
Oh, please don't worry about me. It's merely that, since the incident, sleep has eluded me.
Oh.
I spent the night searching through Master's notes on alchemy. I hoped there may be some mention of a method by which something turned to gold may be reverted back to its original form.
You were looking for a way to rescue the professor? See, Ninchi? That's why you gotta do a good job the first time, because now you gotta make separate arms.
Human fate is often cruel, but that's also why we must never lose hope.
I can turn the professor into brass, but not back into human. Sean?
Defender, accused. The trial is about to start. Proceed to the chamber. Yes, we're coming.
Nick?
Cheer up, Maya. I'm not gonna let them send it to you.
I wish all this would stop already. Whether someone's a witch or not. No one deserves to be burned.
I know. I can't stand for it either. If you'll kindly excuse me now, I must return to my duties.
Ninji, that's so funny because my personal headcanon is that it just like, Aspella just like ships it to London one day because she doesn't like know what to do with it. And she's like, I don't want this in my house. I don't want this in the area. And so she ships it to Layton and it goes in the backyard and like, it's just in the backyard. The professor fucking hates it. Flora like is letting flowers grow all over, like vines and flowers. The birds fucking love it. They're building nests on the hat. Layton is like, can we get rid of that? And Flora's like, no, we can't.
No problem. We, appreciate you coming to see us.
Maya sent Cantabella an invoice for all the times they defended Espella. They sent him the statue. God. Phoenix was like, I guess we can, like, melt this down. And everyone was like, no, you can't.
Something's bothering me. John seems somewhat odd today.
Let's go, Mr. Wright. The trial is about to begin.
Fuck, I always forget the lighting is broken, and then we get to trial, and I'm like, this looks like shit. Okay, there we go. I can finally see how fucked up this looks. Hold on.
The trial of Maya Fey shall now begin, as scheduled.
Scheduled. Sorry, I just have to move things a little because I have to resize them. If there's one thing about me Twitch streaming, it's that I'm gonna resize some fucking windows. Alright, cool. Scheduled.
Knights of the court, are you ready to cross your swords of justice?
Inquisitor Zacharias Barnum always has his sword ready for the work of justice.
Calm down.
Defense ready, Your Honor. At this stage, I just gotta give it all I've got.
It would appear the defender has thrown down the gauntlet, Sir Barnum. Now, before we begin, may I have a word with you, defender?
Couldn't you have done that before we started?
Your Honor.
Last time we met, you stood in this court as an apprentice baker. In all honesty, when I saw you for the first time, I thought to myself, a baker should stick to bread baking.
Sorry.
Is that so? What a fine first impression I made.
Yeah, you killed it,
However,
buddy.
today you are not merely some befuddled maker of sweet buns. I'm
Sweet
obliged
buns.
to fully recognize you
Oh, I thought he was gonna keep talking.
as a knight of law and justice, on par with Inquisitor Zacharias Barnum.
I think Zach is fucking pissed about this. He's so annoyed. He's so mad. Look at him. This man is so mad. This guy is sucked. He is fuming. He's absolutely fuming. He's trying to explode Phoenix with his mind.
Now may your
He's
duel
so
begin.
pissed.
Fight bravely
God,
and
that's so
expose the
funny.
truth behind this heinous crime.
He's gonna go kill a woman so he's less mad.
All right, we're all counting on you, Inquisitor Barnum.
I knew she was a witch as soon as I laid my eyes on her. She's got witch written all over her.
Damn.
Why not put the baker on trial? Bake the baker, I say!
Bake the baker, I say! Barnum, Barnum.
They treat him like some sort of celebrity.
He may be adored by the crowds, but when he pointed his sword my way, you managed to shield me from his accusations. Maya clearly isn't a witch, so surely your victory is certain.
Thank you for believing in me, Espella.
I completely understand that, like, spirit channeling is not the same as witchcraft, and she does not consider it the same as witchcraft. Maya and Luke are the fucking closest thing to witches in this goddamn town. They're the closest things to witches these people fucking have. She's, like, I don't know.
Espella Cantabella,
Dude, calm down. She's just hanging out.
I have given you leave to come to this trial today. However, that does not mean that the charges against you have been dropped. Rather than worry about others, you should consider your own situation.
I am thinking about, this is so off topic, I'm sorry. I am thinking about, because, like, there is this recipe for chocolate mousse, and it's just 3 ingredients, so it's not like the best ever. But it's just heavy whipping cream, which I have, and cocoa powder, which I have, and sugar, which I have, and just whipped to stiff peaks.
And I could just make that after stream. And we have other desserts. We have ice cream. But I'm kind of thinking about it. And it's all that's occupying my brain right now. So I don't know what to do. I just needed to say that out loud. I was hoping it would go away.
Thank you for granting me your permission, Inquisitor.
Anyway, I leave for several minutes to measure things, and then while I'm voice acting, you can hear me whipping moose by hand. Just like several minutes of me whipping moose on stream. But since you don't have a video, you can't tell what I'm doing. Oh no, it's fine. That would be really weird. Olive Garden breadsticks. Oh, that's exciting. It would be... You can't say those kind of things to me because now I'm thinking about the moose and I'm going to make it. Did I read that? No, I don't think I did. It's fine.
As you wish, my lord. As usual, let us commence this trial by first recounting the events. If it pleases you, Sir Blue Knight. As, you wish, Inquisitor? I don't know. I still can't get used to this terminology.
I think it's really funny if Phoenix is like, man, I'm really struggling with this terminology. And then he gets back to Japanifornia and he calls himself a defender. And whoever is prosecuting that day is like, fucking what did you just call yourself? Hello? He's never gonna live it down. And then, of course, he gets, like, disbarred. But don't worry about it.
This heinous crime occurred in the residence of the Layton Newton Belduke, the alchemist.
Edward would jump his bones.
Here is the sketched plan of his residence.
Cute!
This room of somewhat questionable nature is the alchemist's study, in which the incident took place.
Oh my god, I forgot about these little guys. These little guys are so fucking cute. I am obsessed with them. The Maya one is so adorable.
The only ones present at the moment of the crime was the accused and the victim. No one else.
That's like the cutest Maya ever, I swear.
The witnesses who arrived at the scene seconds later have indicated where they found the accused and the victim. Very well. The sketch is accepted as evidence. The accused took Sir Layton's life with the most cruel of magic. A living man one second, a golden statue the next. Such wickedness. Magic that turns things into gold? Sure, why not? Now we're in Greek mythology. Several townspeople rushed to the room and paid witness to the horror of this magic. The accused has been captured and charged. Goodness, that is terrifying. Rumors have reached me that the victim was a most scintillating man. I'm not quite certain whether it was prior to or after, but incidentally, was this Sir Layton not the same hat maker who attended our previous trial? No, he wasn't a hat maker. Bizarre as it is. Sir Layton's profession and origin remain unknown. He was a stranger in the city. That is all we know. And you, sir, his acquaintance, you are an unusual presence in our city yourself.
So did, they all also get a different thing with him? From, because they should all have memories of this guy for the past 5 years. Maybe Eve's rust job on Maya and Phoenix just wasn't good. Maybe that's what I have to accept. Oh, fun! That's fun. We're all going on an adventure with Hannah. This is great. I love this for us.
Today's case is certainly peculiar. And that is not the least of the peculiarities, my lord. The alchemist's study has been the scene of another strange incident in the past. Ah, yes, I remember as if it were yesterday, the mysterious death of Newton Belduke himself. Indeed, my lord, regrettably the only case of witchcraft still to remain unsolved in our fair city. The witch may have escaped her punishment back then. But perhaps today is the day on which both these mysterious crimes shall be solved. What are you implying?
Hi, hello!
Patience! You will know soon enough, Sir Suddenly Pale Blue Knight. How interesting. It seems the Acquisition have something up their sleeve. Now, Inquisitor Barnum, you may begin. Thank you, my lord. The Inquisition summons the witnesses to this malicious crime of witchcraft. If only I'd made it to the room sooner. Maybe I could have prevented all this from happening. I won't let Maya take the rap for this. I'll find every single crack in their testimony and prove it wasn't her. Welcome to the Witches' Court, honorable witnesses. Now let us hear your names and occupations.
Oh my god. Fuck.
I am known far and wide as a mere punching bag in the first, I think.
Punching bag. Why did I add bag in? That's not it.
Soon to be the head of Punch and Bag's retail organization, Pro.
Hang on!
Wait a minute, witness. What's that, Blue Squire? You're that guy from the previous trial.
What the heck's happened to you? You look like you've been on one of those ultimate makeover shows.
Whatever do you mean? My name is a mere punching bag in the first, soon to be the head of Punch and Bag's retail organization, Pro.
His voice keeps changing. It's fine. Don't worry about it.
What is the meaning of this, Inquisitor? I do not care to delve into this witness's personal affairs. Looks like he remembers him all too well. Witnesses, pray continue.
Oh, dearie me. It is I who usually asks the questions. I am, you see, but a humble teacher. Call me Miss Brimstone. The children of Labyrinthia Primary School have the privilege of learning the truths about this world from me.
An elementary school teacher, huh? Good to know at least one witness seems sensible. Ah, fuck.
The winds carry my song, it's birdly stringing along. Parrot and bard ensemble on guard. My faithful muse, here, is Cracker, the musical parrot. No one understands music like Cracker, aside from me, naturally.
Thank you, Cracker.
At least it's not another goat.
What a smart bird! He just intimidated that teacher perfectly. Ah!
I'm Luke Triton. My occupation is the professor's apprentice.
Luke? Luke? But why?
Anyway,
what are you doing there?
I made up my mind.
You know what? It would have sold way better because everyone is always like, oh my god, parrot cross-examination 2.
I'm doing this for the professor. A gentleman has to pursue the truth.
But Luke, that's where the Inquisition's witnesses
stand. Yeah, Phoenix, he knows.
I'll never forgive that witch.
A gentleman shouldn't glare at people as if he wants to hit them in the face.
Luke.
Your friend today can be your enemy tomorrow.
Literally, guys, that's what I think about every time I think about this part. I'm like, he's super fucked up about this. This is, like, really bad. This is really bad for his brain. Like... he's not okay. He's really not.
Such is the reality of the battlefield.
Don't say this to Luke of all people. Jesus Christ. He knows already, buddy.
Witnesses, we will now hear your testimonies. Tell us all of this wicked incident which you have been unfortunate enough to witness.
God, I really need to figure out voices for these guys. What we witnessed.
I heard a scream and an incantation, and then when I entered the room, the victim was already all shiny.
Mayhap something caused discord between erstwhile friends. Mr. Silcard had a knife at the ready in his hand.
Victim of magic, sparkly and done for. I heard the star fall on the floor.
The professor must have seen through Miss Myers' deception and confronted her right there, face to face.
I see. Thank you all.
You gave terrible testimony.
However, one part of the testimony was somewhat confusing. You there, the singer. Singer, could you possibly mean me, Birdley the Bard, your excellence? Yes, that would be you, singer. This staff that you said sung about. It is as you suspect, my lord. This very witch's scepter.
There are 2 different magic gems attached, meaning the perpetrator could have used 2 types of magic.
Yeah, it would seem so. This gem here enables the use of a gold transmutation spell, Goldor. Goldor. Just the word alone makes the tiny hairs on the back of my neck stand up. Har har har, that's the one, alright. That's the dreadful incantation that I, a mere punching bog the first, also heard.
Oh, dearie, dearie me. I've seen that scepter, so I have.
Oh, good lord.
Clank tips over the golden man, the scepter falls, not the witch's plan.
Oh, dearie, dearie me! How dare she do that to the professor?
By the way, this witch's scepter was found on the floor near the victim. If you turn your attention to the sketched plans, it was located right here. A scepter dropped by the accused would have naturally tumbled to that exact spot.
Objection!
Inquisitor Barnum, what you're saying amounts to nothing more than a baseless assumption. You are on edge today, Sir Blue Knight. Is it because your friend is on trial? Perhaps you better cool yourself down. Well, anyway, the court accepts the scepter as evidence. Fuck. Thank you, my lord.
Talia Magica, court record. Goldor, court record.
Inquisitor Barnum, may I ask you something? What is it now, Sir Blue Knight? We know that one of the gems is for the spell Goldor, but what about the other one? A naive question.
Huh?
Naivete may be no hindrance to a baker, but who spends most of his life amidst bread, but it can be your undoing here in court. Would a knight put a weapon in his enemy's hand? He's telling me to do my homework, huh?
He's telling me to fuck off.
Mr. Wright, I'll look for information about that magic gem in the Grand Grimoire.
Grand Grimoire. Grimoire? Grimoire? Fuck. How do you say this word? Is it grimoire? I think it's grimoire. We have this conversation like literally every week, okay? Grimoire. It's French, so it's gotta be grimoire. It's grimoire.
Grimoire.
This is what I get for not learning how to read out loud.
Ninja, leave him alone. Thank you, Isabella. That would be great.
Here, I've had this open the whole time, and we are going to add it to the screen because I've had it open the whole time as if I was going to add it, and I haven't. Do I already have it? What is normal? Oh, it might be something else. Okay. Upload. This is so off topic. I'm very distracted tonight. I'm so sorry. Oh, I do have it in already. Hold on. Let's see. Move. Image. How did the shades do this? Yeah, it's ridiculous. It's really ridiculous, isn't it? Such is life. There we go. Sorry, I just needed this on my screen for some reason. My brain was like having a moment. Yeah, we're gonna get rid of ACAB first for a little bit. We're gonna switch him out. Sorry. Whoop. We don't have a lot of space on this fridge anymore, but it's fine. We'll make it work. Are you back to normal now, Prof? I'm sorry. It's such a good screenshot. I saw it on my desktop earlier while we were playing, and I just opened it, and I've just been staring at it. It's just like open on my screen. And I was like, we have to fix whatever's wrong with my brain. Can't bring one of those into medieval times? What? Oh, buzzsaw. Buzzsaw, yeah. They can, yeah, no, they can have a buzzsaw. They definitely have a buzzsaw. Anyway, are you back to normal now, Prof? Just leave it to me. She seems very happy to help.
The defender may interrogate the witnesses.
I don't remember. Okay, I heard the scream, the incantation. Alright.
Hold it!
We're just gonna do a lot of pressing.
And, what is all this about exactly? I love him just using a poison bottle and how long it takes us for us to address the fact that it's poison. What do you mean, Blue Squire?
Your gaudy, colorful outfit.
I mean, your attire was different last time. A little more modest. It's been like a day. The Amir you knew back then is no more. I'm a new man now, reborn into the higher echelons of society.
Did I hear something? I didn't. No, none of these people are reacting.
What's he drinking? There's a skull and crossbones mark on that bottle. Enough idle chatter. The witness heard a scream and an incantation. Is that correct? That's right. Just like what you said earlier, Inquisitor Barnum. It was the spell Goldor. And it was, without a doubt, the voice of the accused that said it. However, it's rather peculiar. When I saw the accused and the victim together last time, they seemed to be on friendly terms. The next witness will dispel your doubts, my lord.
Hold it!
Are you saying you think they quarreled? The other day, I saw you all together in this very court, and you were very evidently friends.
Well, yeah, that's true, but what's that got to do with... Yeah, he sold a man's dismembered limb in a pawn shop.
Now, everyone, listen carefully. No chatting in the back row. What I say now will be on the next exam.
I'm absolutely making chocolate mousse after this. Sorry.
Miss Brimstone's lesson number 5. Friendship leads to nothing but trouble. People would not break up and part their ways in anger if they did not become friends in the first place.
But kids in her class must grow up to be model citizens.
Oh, Dearie, dearie me, what I saw in that room curdled the blood in my veins. Mr. Silk Hat was pointing that glittering knife ever so threateningly.
Hang on!
Hang on! Right? It sounds really good.
Is everything okay, Luke?
No, of course it's not okay. The professor was a true gentleman, and no gentleman would go around threatening people with knives. That lying bitch!
I couldn't agree more.
Silly boy, I saw your professor pointing a knife. Are you insinuating that I am a liar, you cheeky little whippersnapper?
The professor would never do that. You don't know him.
At least Luke's found someone else to antagonize.
I think this case is like peak, like kind of like peak bitchy Phoenix, because I very clearly remember, and we're gonna get to it later, a moment where Luke is saying something and he's really upset, and Luke and Phoenix in his mind is just kind of like, you can't fight a 13-year-old in court. He's like so ready to throw down with this child who is traumatized.
Mr. Wright?
Huh? What is it?
Well, I think there was some important information in Miss Primstone's testimony.
Really?
Oh, I'm sorry, it's not my place to say things like that.
Well, I didn't notice anything. What could that be? What was Espella about to say? Espella, why don't you tell us all what you've noticed?
Oh, is that okay? It's just something I'd like to ask Miss Primstone about.
Oh, most Maya in despair. Yeah, Maya being in danger in some way freaks him out so bad. It really puts him. I wish, not to talk about a cursed game, I wish in AA6 we'd seen more of that for when Trucy gets accused of murder. Are you kidding? Why do you deprive me of extra bitchy Phoenix? Rude. It's fucking rude. I want to see it.
Well, just go ahead and ask her.
Excuse me, Miss Primstone. Do you mind if I ask you a question?
Oh, it's you, Miss Espella Cantabella.
Miss Primstone, did you actually see the knife that Mr. Layton was holding?
I did, as a matter of fact, yes. I remember that glinting blade very well. A most frightening sight it was, too.
And you saw that from the door, didn't you? Now, if we look at the sketch, when the incident took place, Mr. Layton must have been facing this way, correct?
He didn't even come back to the fucking country. Like, fuck you, AA6.
That must have been the case. Otherwise, the witness would not have been able to see it.
Well, that's all I wanted to ask. The more information we have, the better, right?
The direction the professor was facing. That could be important.
Yeah, I won't hesitate, bitch. So true.
This information shall be added to the court record.
I can tell I'm getting really tired because my voices are becoming more and more inaccurate.
Oh, I'm sorry I jumped in like that, but I really wanted to help.
Not at all, Espella. We were able to get some more info, which may just come in handy.
You think so?
Now then, the next witness shall continue with the testimony.
Hold it!
Would you mind describing what you saw without singing it? As you wish, my musically impaired friend.
There he is. There's the bitch.
Simply put, when I entered the room, the victim was worth his weight in gold, for obvious reasons. He tipped over and fell heavily onto the floor. The room became drearily silent. And then I heard that scepter tumbling across the floor.
Hang on!
May I ask you something, Miss Primstone? Dearie, dearie me! Oh, dearie, dearie me! My dear, do not frighten me so. I feel like a schoolgirl caught napping during class. Miss Primstone, did you see the witch's scepter at the crime scene? Well, about that, I must confess I do not clearly recall. You don't remember? When I went into the room, the golden man fell down and made quite a ruckus. That is why I did not notice the scepter being dropped. So you didn't see it after all. But I am certain that Witch Girl had it. She must have been hiding it behind her back.
Objection!
Please don't assume Maya is a witch just because she's been accused. Miss Primstone is certainly quick to make assumptions. I see. Now we would like to hear the next witness's testimony. This next witness is a bit problematic.
Luke moments. Oh god, I have something in my eye. Hold on. Alright, we're good. Ugh.
Hold it!
Luke, open your eyes. Maya isn't a witch.
Fuck. Buddy, he's been burned many times before. He can't do this.
Ever since we came to this town, lots of unbelievable things have happened, and people I've known for much longer than I've known Maya have put knives to my throat, so I don't think this is fair. And that's why, from now on, I'll only believe what I see with my own eyes.
Luke. You saw Peepaw with your own eyes. Like, I don't know what to tell you. Your own eyes saw and interpreted Peepaw as a young vampire, buddy. I don't know if your own eyes are, I mean, fine, but like, you have real life proof that it is not that simple, my little dude. My little dude. He saw Peepaw! We all saw Peepaw. Like... This is not your first experience with the hallucinogenic gas. Yeah, like, you saw Randall turning people to stone and, like, all of his tricks. I mean, you saw the fucking robot apocalypse, and that was real! The robot apocalypse part was real! Like, I mean, fuck. You know, like, I don't think it's complicated, Luke. I don't think we can just be like, yeah, it's real if I see it. Like, sometimes it is. Other times, it's people just, like, moving really fast.
Luke, when I went into that room, the only people I saw were the Professor and Maya. The Professor had been turned to gold, and Maya dropped that scepter.
That's not true!
What?
Maya?
I didn't have any scepter! We weren't the only ones in that...
Silence! The accused has no right to speak. Be silent or you will face punishment. We can end this trial immediately, should you decide to feel talkative again.
I'm sorry.
Well, Luke, is that really the truth?
Huh?
Did you really see the scepter?
I don't know. When the Professor turned to gold and collapsed right in front of me, everything seemed to fade to black. And then, I could have sworn I at least heard Maya drop the scepter.
Buddy.
The scepter was found at the scene of the crime. That is an unavoidable truth. Only the accused could have dropped it.
A great contribution from the judge.
This isn't looking good.
I feel so sorry for Luke.
He's so full of anger and despair that he can't think clearly.
He said he can't forgive the witch. I understand how he feels.
anyway. I need to find a way to calm Luke down, first of all.
This 13-year-old is fucking pissed. Okay. It was all shiny. I think I want to get through the rest of this one, and then I think I have to present for the teacher.
Couldn't you have just said that? Like, said it like that the first time around? Clearly, the witch must have dropped the scepter.
Objection!
That's merely your assumption. Now, Mr. Birdley, did you actually see Maya drop a scepter? Or did you just hear something tumbling on the floor? I must confess, my eyes were rather more drawn to the brilliantly glistening golden statue. I did not witness the witch dropping the scepter, no, but I did hear it, and my sense of hearing is peerless. Huh. I see, now we would like to blah blah blah, okay.
So I think that I have to present I'm not sure if I'm supposed to present this on her or Luke. I'm gonna start with her because that feels right because she was talking about it before, but I don't feel
Objection!
Yeah, that's not it. Is it this? I know you presented at some point, but now I'm like, is it? I don't actually know if that's now. Oh, right, I forgot about this magnifying glass that doesn't do shit. Great job, guys. Great job. Maybe you do present that to Luke now. Okay, wait. Choose musical of like a range. Okay. Look at him. Oh. Anyway, I think.
Objection!
Okay.
Luke, you said that you will only believe what you see with your own eyes.
I think I fucked that up.
But what you think you saw may not be the whole truth.
Huh? What do you mean?
Take a closer look at the sketch of the crime scene. At the time of the incident, Professor Layton and Maya were standing here. Now, we have learned from Miss Primstone's testimony which way the professor was facing. He was facing this way. I won't hesitate.
Oh.
You have testified that the professor has confronted Maya face to face.
Yeah, that's why I thought that this one might be it. But for some reason, I thought it was Miss, whatever her name is, so I wanted to try her first.
But looking at the sketch where they were standing, one thing is clear. There is a contradiction in your testimony.
Whoa!
Oh god, the shittiest lights of all time.
Objection!
What do you mean?
We've inhaled so many drugs, Luke. Open your eyes. We're on shrooms right now. Whether they were facing each other or not is of no relevance whatsoever. They were the only ones in that room. One was a victim, thus the other must be the witch.
Objection!
I will ask you to wait before jumping to conclusions, Inquisitor. Do you know how many of these cases we say there can only be 2 people in a room, and then there was another person in that room? It happens shockingly often. Think back to Ms. Primstone's testimony. She told us that the professor was pointing a knife at someone threateningly. However, you can see in the sketch that he wasn't threatening Maya. So then, who was he pointing the knife at?
Hold it!
That did not sound like Luke. Holy shit. Luke? What is it? I am the champ of proving the 3rd, 4th, and 5th person, Zach. Do not test me.
The professor would never point a knife at anyone.
This is just so funny with the context that Layton, at like any point in time, is 1000% down to sword fight someone. Like, he's not like confrontational really, but like, given the chance, he will be sword fighting. You know, like any opportunity he has to sword fight, he will sword fight. But that is a good point. That is a sword fight and not a knife fight. Maybe that's what Luke means.
I was the one who opened the door to that room, so I was the first witness, and I saw no knife.
What is a sword? Hold on, what did I actually write down? Hold on, Hannah, that's so funny because that is in one of my fics. That is in one of my fics. You read it. You read that one. Because I was like, Hannah, does this make any sense? It was... I'm sorry, I have to find this. I have no concentration tonight. Yeah, I found it. It says, Maya's talking about other things, and she says, and I've been told there's a difference between a knife and a sword. And then Layton shows up and just starts talking about the difference between a knife and a sword, but not that much. In the simplest sense, the difference is the length. The sword is just a very long knife, but taxonomy is complex and a sometimes futile endeavor. And that's his first line in the fucking fic. Incredible. Cool. Anyway, I got distracted again. Copyright protected content found. Wait. Oh, no impact. There's copywritten material in my Azran video. It's Surely Someday. Surely Someday got copyright grabbed. No impact. They just wanted to let me know. They just wanted to let me know. No impact on the video at all. It doesn't even say like I don't have monetization, so there's no monetization or anything. It's just like, by the way, content ID. Surely someday in this video. Which I find really funny. Was that when I was crying again too much to do things? I wish I had been actually like, because it kind of sucks that so much of the last Miracle Mask video is silenced, but you know, I was just crying too hard to just, you know, not talk the whole time.
This Primstone's testimony is not reliable.
Oh, dearie me, will you look at this child? Sputtering nonsense and talking badly of his elders.
Inquisitor Barnum? Yes, my lord. It should pose no difficulty to verify whether or not the victim had a knife. After all, that sparkling body of his has been found at the scene of the crime, has it not?
Shut up! Oh my god, leave me alone! I was feeling a lot of emotions, okay? I was feeling a lot of emotions. The video's going up after stream tonight. It's the same username as on here. I'm sure Hannah will find the time code and send it to people of me just vanishing under the desk. That's wild, JFK, because the Azran stream is like an hour plus longer than I usually do.
Indeed it has, my lord. Court attendants, you heard the judge. Bring the victim into the courtroom. Seems like they're going to bring the golden statue.
Professor, this is like, yikes. 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 Please leave Luke alone. Oh no. I say this, but also my sticker sheet for this game does have golden Layton on it, and I think it's hilarious.
Look at that!
Look at the judge in the background and his fucking owl eye face.
Did it get damaged in transit?
Yes, I love the idea of Alfendi. Hey, just like here. Full Metal Layton. Full Metal Layton. Professor! Professor! Dude, can you imagine seeing this guy? You're sitting in court, you're like a kid, you're watching this guy who has been turned to stone, and then that guy adopts you? This guy who was turned to gold, I think I said stone, I'm sorry, I'm tired, and he's the guy who's like, I'm gonna adopt you, and you're like, I saw you get your arm cut off.
So this is the power of the gold transmutation spell. Most spectacular. It looks like the work of the finest artists. I assure you, it is the work of no artisans, my lord. By the way, the missing arm has not yet been found.
I can't believe this. Professor?
Well, I suppose we should add the victim to the evidence. The poor professor who, while searching for evidence, became evidence.
There he is. He's in our pocket. POV, your best friend, 25 years older than you, has his body brought out in court as evidence, and then the lawyer puts him in his pocket.
This is unfortunate. I thought the evidence would be good as gold. But although it is technically his, we are still no closer to discerning whether or not the victim was holding a knife.
Hold it!
Now Layton into spoons and run! So true! We gotta bring the spoons back.
Let me speak, please!
Maya?
The professor didn't have a knife! And also, there was another person in that room! The real witch was there too. Please believe me.
Accused, do I really need to warn you again? Inside that cage, you are to behave like a bird that has forgotten its song. Speak again and you shall be punished.
Wow, that's crazy, because the whole motif in the fic that I wrote for, the versus fic I wrote for the fairy tale zine has like a lot of birds. That's wild. Crazy thing for you to say.
Are you in a particular hurry to taste the flames of justice, little bird?
Objection!
Leave her the fuck alone!
But it's true that someone else could have been at the crime scene. Look at the sketch. The victim was facing towards someone, and that person wasn't Maya. Sir Blue Knight, your ignorance is no longer even a surprise. Huh? You do not know what inspired at the crimes.
I think that we can fix him. If it is wired into his brain, I think we can fix him. And you know how I think we can fix him? Emmy. I think Emmy could, kick his ass. Box the misogyny out of him. I keep thinking about Emmy, man. No, right? Like, Phoenix, tell him to fuck off. Hey, Crime MD, oh my god, help.
then looking up cane usage for family, like, don't do what House did. Oh god, I haven't seen all of House, but I've seen so much of House, and I kind of love it. I think the misogyny develops from sharing an office with the single most repressed and problematic lesbian in the area. It's so true. I actually think it's very funny to imagine Emmy is here the whole time. They just don't know about it. Like, I think that she, like, I think she's running around. I think it's very funny if she is just running around and like she's just here. She's not relevant to anything that's happening, but she is hanging out. They don't know she's here until after, but you know. Oh my god. Stop, don't walk like House. Oh, it's so awkward.
You do not know what transpired at the crime scene. You think this man was pointing at another person, you say? Let me tell you this. Nearly everyone in this court, other than you, knows what Sir Hat was pointing at.
She was crashing on Carmine's couch. That's how she knew him. Emmy and Carmine are friends. This is the new hot take. Emmy and Carmine, friends. She hotwired the car in the intro for him. I kind of love the idea that Emmy, like, is, you know, as Layton's assistant slash TA slash whatever she's doing. I think it's really fun if she does know all of these people who keep, like, coming back to Layton for help. And she's just like, oh my god, I graded your test. How are you doing? You know?
What? Well, honorable witness, is that not so? I am mere punching bag the first, loves me some gossip and stories of the occult. Elusive like mist, the magical beast, its chilling breath brings about
death. That one was bad.
Oh, dearie me. You could use some education, Blue Knight. I came to help offer you private tuition, but it will not come cheap. If the professor wasn't confronting Maya...
Witnesses, you will now testify.
I think that Carmine and, God, what's her name from Eternal Diva? Janice? Is her name Janice? I think those two were in class together. And, I think Emmy knows both of them. And just because I think it's fun. I really like the idea that Emmy did build a very real life while working for Herschel. And it's kind of weird for both of them that she's, like, not around, like helping out with his classes and grading and just like in his office doing shit. Like even the students, like the ones who have been there for like more for the freshmen, obviously they're like, they don't notice, but for like anyone who's not a freshman, it's like weird because Emmy's gone now, you know?
Tell us all about this other presence at the crime scene.
Shadow at the crime scene.
We all know what happened to the alchemist, so this case is no mystery.
Same place, same magic trick. This time her luck came out, and she dropped that magic scepter.
The truth obscured by a twisted ruse. The wish couldn't vanish, but did confuse.
Great.
It happened because the professor unraveled the mystery behind all these witches.
The same magic trick was used? They are referring to an incident from 3 months ago. Much like this incident, a man lost his life to witchcraft in that very room. It was the master of that residence, Sir Newton Belduke, the alchemist. He suffered for death by strangulation. Finger marks were left on his neck. He had locked himself in his study, and the key was still in his pocket.
No, so true. She absolutely did. She's making his life mildly more difficult. She wants to see him stub his toe a bunch. She did it because he wasn't grading his stuff on time and he was annoying her.
In other words, no one could have entered that room. The perpetrator disappeared from a locked room, just like in this case. A large amount of powdered medicine was spilt all over the floor.
I do love that we got an AA case that was just a fucked up suicide. True.
Powdered medicine? I didn't think it was that. Sir Belduke was an alchemist. He possessed various medicinal concoctions. Due to the presence of that powder, had anyone entered the room, clear footprints, not fingerprints, would have remained, yet there were none.
That's the kind of mystery that the professor would have loved to solve.
Thus, two unnatural circumstances to Sir Belduke's death. The culprit disappeared from a locked room, and the fact that they appeared not to have walked on the floor. It's almost as if they flew away.
In other words, it couldn't have been the Demir magic that was used in my case the other day.
Seems like the killer levitated above the floor, strangling Belduke, and vanished into thin air. But what does that have to do with this trial? It has been 3 months since that murder. Despite that, we still haven't been able to find the witch responsible. But now, having eluded us for so long, the killer, that witch has finally been brought before the court. We will have justice.
What? No way! Now he thinks Maya killed the alchemist too? She wasn't even here. We weren't even here.
But it's not like I can explain that to him. Well then, why don't you interrogate the witness, now that you are aware of the connection between the two murders?
Objection!
You can't be serious. 3 months ago, we weren't even... He's known the killer since birth!
Defender, you may interrogate the witnesses. May their testimonies lead us to the truth.
No, Maya's accused of 2 murders! Add that to her murder count! We all know what happened in the criminal case. The case is no mystery. Same place, same magic trick, or rough first happened. Which we managed, it did confuse. It happened because the professor had... Okay, I don't remember what happens on this one, so we're gonna press everyone. Oh, fuck. I was getting a loading button.
You're talking about Mr. Belduke's murder, which took place in a locked room. Yeah, real shocker, alright. Everyone was talking about it. People don't say this out loud, but you know, you're thinking it too, I don't have the faintest idea what you're talking about.
Sorry, I'm plugging in my phone.
I know clear as day. He was an alchemist. An alchemist. Alchemy's just like magic, ain't it?
The state wants me so bad it makes it look stupid. I think Maya should get a murder act. No, I agree. I think Maya should be allowed to murder someone at this point.
Sir Belduke was a man. Only a woman can be a witch. Jesus Christ. What's more, witchcraft has nothing to do with alchemy. They're different, somehow.
What's so funny to me is this game's, like, not wanting to, like, define alchemy when I actually think alchemy and witchcraft are pretty different. Like, they could come up, like, everyone's like, oh, they're different somehow, I guess, maybe, but, like, you probably could come up with a definition that pretty distinctly, like, shows their difference, but, you know, like, fucking Arthur Cantabella wrote this, so, like, Arthur Cantabella doesn't know what the fuck he's doing, you know? Arthur Cantabella has 0 brain ever. He's making dumb decisions and shitty world building, so when people are like, hey Arthur, what's the difference between witchcraft and alchemy? He's like, I don't know. Like, fuck you, dude. Like, Google it. I don't know. Oh my god.
Alchemy is the mysterious art of manipulating forces of nature.
Well, so it is said. You are trying to use scientific methods to change, like, items from, like, one substance to another. That is not, maybe not all of alchemy, but a lot of alchemy that I know of historically was, how do we change X to Y? And also, you know, eternal life stuff. But, like, that's not necessarily what witchcraft is. Like, they're all like, we don't know what the difference is. There is a difference. Wild. Crazy. Anyway.
Well, it sounds a lot like magic to me. Alchemy's incomprehensible to regular people. So magic, really? You know, a couple of days before Witch got him, there was a lightning that struck.
Lightning? I'm throwing things.
Glad you're asking, 'cause I like telling that one.
We already know this part.
All of a sudden, like a bolt from the blue sky, there was this bolt from the sky, only it wasn't blue. The sky lit up and turned blood red, and then out of nowhere, an old-looking bell tower appeared in a burst of flames.
Oh my gosh. Hello. Hi, Bubba Benny and Raiders. Welcome. Hello. We are mid cross-examination. Welcome to the stream.
Makes you realize Mother Nature's pretty powerful stuff, eh? You have strayed off the topic at hand, witness. This is a courthouse, not an inn. Save your thrilling stories for later.
Okay.
Hold it!
I really can't remember this section of testimony. Disappointing. Would you care to elaborate on that, Ms. Primstone? You could say I am a scholar, and my knowledge is vast and diverse. I know a thing or two about witchcraft. Therefore, I have a very good idea of the type of magic that must have been used at this time. Hello! The magic behind this mysterious figure that appeared out of nowhere, glided through the air, and vanished after making the kill? Indeed, yes. The witch's scepter confirms my theory.
A brilliant deduction. I'm honored to have studied under an excellent teacher such as yourself, Ms. Primstone.
She was his teacher? Actually, I guess that kind of explains a lot.
Oh, our occult crime analysts, our OCA, have arrived at the same conclusion.
Mr. Wright, I found it! The page about the purple magic gem. The spell's called Familiar. Familia? I just fucked that up when I said it first, fellas. Sorry!
What does it do? The spell Familiar, bound within this purple gem, is used to summon a familiar. Familiars appear out of nowhere, glide through the air, and vanish when their task is accomplished. They are evil, bloodthirsty spirits used by witches to perform outrageous crimes.
That is... I have never seen a familiar that looked like this before. But go crazy. Go stupid. Evil spirits? Are you saying that the witch used a familiar to, like... That's so me doing my shorts.
It was a familiar that took Sir Belduke's life, and now it has appeared again. Sir Silk-Hat was probably trying to ward off the evil spirits with his knife, which wouldn't have worked, but what good is a knife against an occult creature? It completed the task given to it by the witch and promptly vanished.
Thank you so much for following, Bubba Benny. Welcome.
Thus bringing us to the conclusion that...
Sword moment?
Sir Belduke and Sir Silk-Hat were both killed by the same witch.
What? Broken lighting moment. I forgot they had him just standing there.
What an unexpected turn of events. The two incidents have been shown to be connected, due to the same witch's scepter having been used in both cases.
Oh my god. Thank you so much, Cloaksword117 for subscribing. You're so nice. Thank you. Barnum, they were killed in different ways. Let Barnum cook. He's trying. I guess he's trying. And thank you, Bubba Benny. Oh, this is terrible. Now Maya is accused of 2 murders.
Oh, dearie me. I was right, as always.
What does the Grand Grimoire say about this one? It is completely weightless. Okay. Can't strangle something if you don't have weight. Sure, I can call you Cloak. Thank you, Cloak.
This gruesome murder will be be in the next exam. Make sure to take notes. Now I shall divulge what really happened.
Why is this in your exam, girl? I have to stop playing with this ruler. It's a mess out here.
We're all ears, Miss Primstone.
That hat maker was pointing the knife at the witch's familiar.
Hold it!
Bro, you are a cloak wearer.
Did you actually see the familiar? Oh, dearie me. No, I did not. When the boy opened the door, the familiar had disappeared. Had the boy opened the door sooner, no doubt we all would have seen it. If he were my student, I would have made sure to teach him not to dilly-dally.
It's like,
Hang
what? Luke is so angry.
Is everything all right, Luke? You seem to be in deep thought about something. No, it's not right at all. Is there something in Miss Primstone's testimony that you'd like to comment on?
That's what I keep telling you. The professor wouldn't point a knife at anyone.
Dearie me, what an impertinent child. I'm telling you I saw a knife. I distinctly saw the glint of a sharp blade.
Objection!
At any rate, as we can see now, the victim's arm is missing. As such, there is no proof that he had a knife.
Objection!
That is but a mere detail. It matters not.
A mere detail? Matters not.
Oh my. Anyhow, I wonder, where could that missing arm be?
Yeah, that ought to be looked into.
Hang on!
His broke-ass arm.
Mister, do you have something you'd like to share with us?
Emir. Come on!
Mr. Emir. Is Mr. Emir punching bag the first to you, Bluey? The likes of you ought to show some respect for the future of a man of wealth such as me. You seem to be looking ahead to a future of full of newly gained riches.
Yeah, he just has no arm.
It's really good how smooth the cut is. And it's like, how?
Gold is soft. Oh no. Oh, I hope it goes. Replace your batteries before it starts beeping. Or once it starts beeping. Like, I always forget, and then it's beeping, and I'm like, I can probably ignore it. No, I can't.
Oh, I can look wherever I bleed and please. Anyway, why are you looking at me like that? I don't know about that gold bloke's right arm.
Excuse me, Mr. Wright.
What is it, Espella?
Not like, it's not very strong, but like, I don't think I know. Maybe I haven't seen gold. Like, maybe I haven't interacted with gold enough, but like, I feel like if it fell, it wouldn't, snap. I feel like it would have, like, because gold is very soft, isn't it? That's why people bite it. So if it fell, wouldn't it just, like, yeah, would it snap or bend? We need the Mythbusters. We need someone to make a solid gold statue, Layton size, and then knock it over real hard.
I may be wrong, but there's something about that man. Wouldn't you say he looks, suspicious?
It's not just you. Everything about him is so shady. It makes me want to double check my pockets. Mr. Emir, stop pretending you don't know anything about the victim's missing arm. Pretending? I told ya. I know nothing. Nada, zero, nil. I ain't seen it, or heard about it, or put it in my pocket. Put it in your pocket? It wasn't me, honest. Seriously, I've got nothing to do with it.
Objection!
Oh my god, I forgot they used this again!
You lying, cheating, good for nothing, you tried to deceive me!
I forgot that it was this, that they used this again. They decided they were going to do this bit, and then they were like, we have to use it twice because it's at least twice because we spent so much time setting up this camera motion.
I just took a drink. Order, order. Who is that person? Jesus Christ. You want to know who I am? I'm Price the pawnbroker. And this man is a shameless cheating bum. He had the nerve to lie to me. What did he lie to you about? I'll tell you, on the day of the crime, Amir came to my shop. He waltzed up to me and said he got his hands on a superb work of art, rare as gold dust. I think I know where this is going. That work of art? Could it be? Oh, I've got it right here.
Oh, this it's really funny because in one of the Ace Attorney emote servers they have like 3 emotes where it's like and the first one's this, and then it's a little more arm, and then way over here it's like Edgeworth's face, and it's so funny.
Just like I thought. That's... oh my.
Professor. It's the professor's arm!
I love that when they pull away, 2 of the witnesses just aren't there. Like, where did the other witness... Well, I mean, they're not here right now because they're technically between Amir and Luke. But did they just, like, step away for a second? It's kind of funny.
It's pure gold, exquisitely crafted. It was entitled, Towards Tomorrow, or something like that.
Thank you, Ninji. Please do that.
The last time the professor died, I died too. I've never had to see his dead body before.
Their union-mandated break.
And so, suspecting nothing, I paid that rascal a rather handsome sum. Who would have thought? And what am I hearing now? That it was a human arm, no less. You, sir, are a monster. You're as bad as a witch's familiar yourself. I didn't know it was his arm, I swear. When I saw it, it was already like that.
What do you mean? Oh my god, Sarah! Help. Oh no! Oh no.
I was the last to the scene and it caught me eye right away. A golden arm pointing up at the ceiling with such optimism and authority. I thought, it looks like it's showing me the way to a better, brighter, richer tomorrow. To me, it was a work of art, a precious one at that. And then it found its way into your pocket and you pawned it. You mounted it on a crude stand, gave it a tawdry title, and passed it off as some kind of sculpture. Don't try and look away from the truth now. Darn it, I can look wherever I darn please. I'll look away from the facts and forward to the future. Always look on the bright side. That's a mere punching bag's motto.
Yeah, if my arm wasn't attached, it would be real bad. It'd be real bad out here. Ah! I forgot they put it back here! Help! And then there's the part where Luke and Estella spin him. I forgot! He's just standing there. Oh no! Oh, I totally forgot that happened. It's so fine.
Where were we now? Ah, yes, the victim's arm has now been successfully reattached by one of our masterful craftsmen. Knights of the court, you may resume the Inquisition. At least one thing's clear now. As everyone can see, the victim definitely wasn't holding a knife. Oh, dearie me, it seems I may have been mistaken after all.
Ninji and JFK just took that in completely opposite directions. Just completely opposite directions.
When you think about it, the victim had already been turned to gold when we entered the room. According to the witnesses' testimonies, that was the case, yes.
Well then, I'm sure you'll concede that it was easy to mistake that glittering pointing finger for a knife.
Indeed, the victim's finger has a glint to it, resembling that of a sword's edge. Such a sense of power and intensity is enough to send a shiver down the spine of anyone being pointed at.
No puzzle is a match for the power of the professor's pointing finger.
I guess no one remembers I'm known for pointing like that too?
Don't worry, Phoenix, because when Alfendi starts pointing at people like that, he's gonna say it was all you. Fuck his dad.
I think your pointing finger makes quite an impression too, Mr. Wright.
She's just taking pity on me. Is that all you had to say, Sir Blue Knight? Huh? As I said before, whether the victim had a knife or not is completely irrelevant. Yeah, what you said? You better apologize to me now. Badgering me for no reason like that. Is that all there is to it? Or could that arm hold some other clues?
We've come this far. Maybe there's something else you could ask about.
She's right. I need to ask some more questions. Well then, Mr. Amir. Perhaps you could tell me one more thing about that arm.
I think it's where was it lying?
You found the arm on the floor pointing upwards, you said? Yeah, I did. Finders keepers, I say. It was pointing straight up at the ceiling. The arm somehow happened to fall down in such a way that it landed upright. What are the odds of that? Actually, that reminds me of a puzzle.
He took the professor's catchphrase.
Now, if you could just show us on the floor of this floor plan here.
God damn it. You guys can't tell me shit about anything. You all hate me. You all hate me so bad.
I'd like to know the exact spot where you found the victim's arm. Sure, I remember that well. It was right there. Yes. That's where you would expect it to have fallen.
Hannah? I think all you've told me about water theory is that it exists.
Now, if that's where it was, then something's definitely not right. If you keep looking at that sketch so intensely, you shall burn a hole in it. Or perhaps you're going to claim there's a contradiction in it somewhere. This arm is the final clue left by the professor. Even after turning to gold, he was pointing out something important, namely the key to solving this case.
The night is pent. The night I spent 30 minutes typing. Hannah, I don't know what that message means. I'm sorry. I'm looking at it and I'm like, I don't understand what you're telling me. I'm sorry.
Well, Defender, do you see any problems in the location as marked on the sketch?
I swear I put water theory the night I spent. If you can find it in the Layton chat or in our DMs, can you just like reply to it and at me so I can see it?
Of course there is a problem,
because I'm not going to remember in like the 10-15 minutes after stream is done, you know?
And where would that be precisely?
I assume there's like a word you can Google search. No worries, Cloak. Thank you so much for coming. I had a lot of fun with you here. It was good to see you. Good to see you. Good to meet you. I need to go to bed soon. Sleep well. I'm so out of it. I have to get up tomorrow for work and I'm just like, okay.
The professor's arm has armed me with some vital evidence.
Okay, boo.
Its location leads to a huge contradiction. In that case, why don't you enlighten us and show us the so-called contradiction? What contradiction does the victim's arm create?
Ah, shit. I don't remember. Save state? I think it's these two. But I don't remember. I think it's like, if his arm fell, first of all, why was he pointing that way? But it's something to do with, he turned to gold and then it fell. He turned to gold and fell, and then the scepter fell. And the scepter would have knocked it over. I think that's,
I think that's it, but it's more of a matter of, like, where I have to click it, you know?
Got it!
Is that it? Contradiction is right here. Okay, that music stopped. Good.
And this is the victim's arm. Yeah, would a broken arm fall on its end and stand up like neat like that, it's even less likely than a coin landing on its edge. Ah, oh, shit.
I need to get more of the... Oh, no.
Defender, this is not so much a contradiction, merely an oddity.
Then is it supposed to be more here?
Got it!
The contradiction is right here. And this is the witch's scepter. Let's go. Okay, I just was in the wrong spot. I put too much of the arm in. Fine. Let's go over the events, order of events, as per the witnesses' testimonies. First, the witch cast a spell on the professor, turning him gold. When all of you rushed to the crime scene, the gold statue fell down, making a loud noise. Yeah, I was overcome by too many micrometers. Next, the witch dropped the scepter. What are you getting at? Sir Blue Knight, all witnesses agree with this order of events. That's right, they all agree that's how it happened. But then there's the arm. Well, what about it? Spit it out. Let's assume that Maya was the witch. Now look at the sketch again. The witch dropped the scepter after having turned the professor into gold. The scepter tumbled along the floor and was found here, as asserted by the prosecution. However, that would be impossible. There's no way it could have been there.
Oh, I see it now. Yeah, it was...
I'm glad you seem to have noticed. The victim's arm was on the floor right there. Right here, standing on its end. Therefore, the scepter couldn't possibly have fallen that way. Ergo, stolen from Edgeworth, it couldn't have been the defendant who dropped the scepter. In other words, Maya is not a witch. I told you you didn't tell me what it was. You just like mentioned it once and then moved on. I was like, this is rude. And you were like, I'll tell you later.
Order, order, order. How can this be? The Inquisition's reasoning has been proven invalid through just one single piece of unusual evidence.
Call it Layton's magical touch. Maybe don't. The professor sacrificed his arm to leave us just the evidence needed to turn this thing around. That was amazing, Mr. Wright.
Professor?
Objection!
An admirable deduction, Sir Blue Knight, that I cannot deny. Even if we are to assume your reasoning is correct, and that girl in the cage is not a witch. Even if... In the many trials I have attended, I have become well versed in certain aspects of magic. I'm all too aware of its potential to confuse people, befuddle their minds, and make their memories hazy. No one can resist such a maddening influence. What are you trying to say, Inquisitor? The scepter could not have tumbled across the floor if the arm was in its way. However, can we be sure that is where the arm was? Are all of the witnesses able to confirm its location at that time? We've heard what they've had to say several times now. They agreed that the scepter fell after the victim fell over.
Objection!
Yeah, it's kind of sad that Barnum just vanishes. I love this game. I think it's a lot of fun, but like some of the writing is not awesome, and part of it is like, why did they not? Oh my god, just stop and read this paragraph. Hold on, Hannah. Give me a second. Jesus Christ. At this point, I don't even want to watch the anime. Like, what's the point? It's not like it adds anything. The game sucks.
And yet, no one actually saw the scepter being dropped.
I think if Darklow was the judge, then they wouldn't have had to banish Barnum in the final. Yeah. Yeah, if Darklow was the judge, you're right.
Witnesses, think back to that incident once more. Did the golden statue fall over first, or did the staff fall before it? Think carefully about what you have seen and heard. Everything hinges on your testimonies. May your words guide us to the truth and decide the fate of this caged witch.
He said, ah! They've switched orders. They're doing a dance.
I was about to get ready to leave, but it seems there is need for further questioning. Testify once more, witnesses. Tell us of the golden statue and of the Talia Magica.
Oh my god. I'm trying to decide if I should stop. Okay, I think I am going to stop because I don't want to do another testimony again, another full testimony, because I do have to like go to bed. And that's 3 hours. Technically, it's like 2 hours and 55 minutes. But I think that's good. So thank you so much for coming. Thank you for coming. I'm like, my brain is like melting out of my ears. And I will see you next Monday. Monday, we're going to play this again. On Thursday, I am going to try to play the second Nancy Drew game. Not the last one, the second one. I just need to get one of my brother or my dad to look at my computer to see if we can get it to run. That's really where we're at. Can we get this to run? If we can't, we will figure something else out. And on Friday, I think Ronnie and I are streaming. Stay tuned. I might have something happening, but I don't think I have anything happening, and I don't think Ronnie has anything happening. So, good luck with your class, Ninji. Best of luck. And yeah, we'll be here back to this particular case. So thank you all for coming. Have a good rest of your week. Have a good day. Have a good night. Drink some water. I'll see you whenever. And are you back to normal now, Prof? Good night.